So good morning, dear students. Hearty welcome to English literature class. Hope you are all keeping safe in the epidemic times and trying hard to study well. So all the best. So before I begin, a few things, few announcements to make. You know that the syllabus has been further reduced. It was already reduced in the beginning. Now, very recently, a few weeks ago or last month, it has been further reduced. So some were asking questions, what are things were reduced and what do we have now? So all that you had in ninth class, everything remains intact. Nothing is reduced. So you studied, we'll take poetry. You studied 6 poems in class 9. All 6 are there. You studied 6 stories in 9th class. All 6 stories are there. There is no change. Then from the 10th class syllabus, they had already reduced 1 poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Though we have already studied, that was removed. Now further they have reduced 1 more poem, which you studied, Abu Ben Adam by Leigh. Abu Ben Adam by Leigh. It is not there. So in poetry, there are 2 poems which are not there altogether. You have 10 poems. Of the 10 poems, there are 2 poems taken away. They are I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, and the second one is Abu Ben Adam by Leigh. So these 2 poems are not there. So you have remaining 8 poems. 8 poems. 6 poems from what you learned last year, 9th class, plus 3 poems now. What are they? The Patriot is there. 9 gold medals is there. So you have done already 6. Then only 4 remained. Out of 4, 2 are taken away. Only 2 are there. Only 2 poems from this year's syllabus is there. One is The Patriot by Robert Browning. Second one is 9 gold medals by David Roth. So 6 plus 2, 8. That's all. Clear? We'll go to story. So this year you had 4 stories. 6 you have done already. You have 4 stories. Of the 4 story, 1 story was already removed. The Blue Beard by Nora Burke. Now they have further removed 1 more, that is All Summer in a Day by Ray Douglas Bradbury. We have already done it, but they have removed. So you have all the 6 stories you studied in last year in 9th class are there, plus 2 from 10th class syllabus. What are they? The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen and My Greatest Olympic Prize by Jesse Owens. So 6 plus 2, 8. 8 stories. Clear? Then drama. In drama, they have removed the last act. How many acts are there in the Merchant of Venice? 5 acts. After 5, they have removed the last one. Last one. Where do you start counting from here? If you are starting from here, this one is removed. Starting from here, this one. Okay. So normally count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5th one is removed. So chapter 5 is removed. Only first 4 acts. Act 1, all the scenes. Act 2, all the scenes. Act 3, all the scenes. Act 4, all the scenes. Act 5 is not there. So it's a happy news for you. You have less matters to study. Right? Clear? Now we'll go to how many more stories left to finish? Nothing. We have finished everything. 6 stories were completed last year. Actually, this year we covered all the stories except Bluebeard, but now it's okay. So now all the stories in the syllabus are completed. Then poem, we have finished almost everything except the last one. 9 gold medals by David Roth. We have been doing it. I don't know whether you watch the video. I already made one video and posted it just before the exams. You started the exam preparation, revision, just before starting the revision, a day or two before, I posted it. Some of you might have watched, some may not have watched, but you can just get back to your videos and see. Otherwise, I can just send it also if you want. If anybody wants, you can just send a message, then I can send it for everybody. So if you watch that video, you'll get a little more clarity, but I'm going to redo it away now. So today we will try to complete that 9 gold medals by David Roth, or we'll start if it finishes, okay. Then we will straight away go to drama. The remaining part of the drama will complete. We have very few hours, only 2 classes in a week. Live online classes, only 2 classes for English literature. One is on a Tuesday and another one on a Thursday, this hour. So within this few weeks, we are supposed to complete the syllabus by second week of December. This is October, no sir, I think November, I'll check it. Father has sent a message, I shall check it. So anyway, we don't have many classes, few classes are there. We'll try to complete it. Since Act 5 is not there, I think we will be able to complete. But the act which we are doing is little longer, we'll see. So now let's get back to our poetry. Poem number 10, page number 37, page number 37, page number 37, story number 10. So 9 gold medals by David Roth. I don't go through the introduction and other things because we have I have done the first video, you can watch it. I've done half of the poem also. So we don't have time to waste. So this is about Special Olympics, is about Olympic Games for the differently abled. Not the normal Olympics. Normal Olympics, which is held once in 4 years. We are not speaking about that. This is about Special Olympics. What is Special Olympics? Special Olympics is the Olympics for special people. We call them differently abled. Differently abled. Differently abled. You know, different means they are not normal or they are not like the others. Differently abled means they have abilities and talents which are different from others. They may be handicapped people. They are handicapped on their limbs. Some have trouble with their hands. Some have trouble with their legs, some have little trouble with their face. So different parts of the body handicapped, but we don't call them no more handicapped people. There were times they were called handicapped and other names. Now, because of the proper education and awareness, we don't normally call them by any of those names. We call them differently able. So they are all capable of doing many things. May not be the way we do it, because who are not differently able. So these people have talents and abilities which are something very special. Okay. So in such an Olympic game where the differently able people were participating, there what happened, a strange thing happened. The story is about, the poem is about that, written by David Roth. The athletes had come from so many countries to run for the gold, for the silver and bronze, many weeks and months in training, all building up to the games. The athletes, who are the athletes? Athletes are people who are trained in special games. Some may participate in running race, some may participate in some other competitions. All athletes, they have been trained to participate in the Olympics. They have come from so many countries, different countries, to run for the gold, for the silver and bronze. Why have they come? They have come to run for means compete for. Run for means here to compete for gold, silver, bronze. They have placed it in the order of value. The highest value or most highly desired one is gold medal, then silver medal, then bronze medal. So they have come here to compete in order to make their own gold medal, silver medal or bronze medal. To run for the gold, for the silver and bronze, many weeks and months in training, all building up to the game. How much time have they spent? Days, weeks and months. Days, weeks and months and years. Even for the normal Olympics, how long do they practice? They practice for 4 years. You know, you'll be surprised, even people who have won gold medal, a person who has won gold medal in Olympics, the person comes back today and he is given very short duration of time, just go around and receive little praises from people, some functions, see their family members and all. Within no time they get back to the training. When is the Olympics going to be? Next Olympics? After 4 years only. Doesn't matter. You need to practice so much. Therefore, they practice for 4 years. Here it is less because this game is not being held in 4 years. It is more often than that. But they have trained themselves for weeks and months. All round the field, spectators were gathered, cheering on all the young women and men. Then the final event of the day was approaching, the last race about to begin. Here in this particular lesson, 9 gold medals, the author is concerned about the running race only. But there are many items being held, like table tennis is there, you have tennis game is there, so many other games are also there. But here the author is concerned about the running race wherein this particular incident took place. So all round the field, spectators were gathered, cheering on all the young women and men. Spectators, who are the spectators? Another word for spectator, onlooker. O-N-L-O-O-K-E-R. Onlooker. To some extent, you can say audience. But if you are in an auditorium, in a closed circle, we call them audience. Here they are called spectators or onlookers. All round the field, spectators were gathered. And what were they doing? Cheering on all the young women and men. So that is a work of the spectators were doing wonderful work because these are differently abled people. They practice themselves so much and with great interest they have come over here to participate in the running race and the spectators cheered them. They were applauding their hands, clapping their hands and praising, encouraging them. You have in a cricket match, IPL, cheerleaders are there, cheer girls are there. Some people like to watch them. Okay. All round the field, spectators were gathered, cheering on all the young women and men. Then the final event of the day was approaching, the last race about to begin. So the preliminary rounds are over, selection round is over, quarter final is over, semi-final is over. They have come to the last item, that is the final, the last race about to begin. Not yet begun, it's about to begin, ready to start. Last item. That is the final in running race. The loudspeakers called out the names of the runners. The 100 meters, the race to be run, and 9 young athletes stood there determined and poised for the sound of the gun. So the loudspeakers called out the names of the runners. Normally, in big events, they announce the names of the participants through the loudspeaker because there will be a lot of noise. The audience are gathered in big numbers and they all will be shouting and encouraging, and there is other noises also. So they use the microphone to make the announcements. All round the loudspeakers called out the names of the runners. The 100 meters, the race to be run, and 9 young athletes stood there determined. So how many are there? How many participants? 9 participants are there. They stood there determined. What's the meaning of determined? To determine. What's the meaning of to determine? Means to decide. To decide. Determinedly. Determined is decide. Determined means firm. F-I-R-M. Firm. Firmly resolved. Firmly resolved. They have decided. What did they decide? Yes, we should win. I should win. 9 participants are there. What is the feeling of each one? I'm going to get the gold. I'm going to get the gold. If not gold, silver. If not silver, bronze. No compromises. You should aim only for the gold. If you aim for the gold, at least you may get silver or bronze. Never aim for anything less than gold, then you'll be in trouble. So everybody was there, determined, decided to win the gold. And 9 young athletes stood there determined and poised to the sound of the gun. Poised, P-O-I-S-E-D. Poised means ready. Ready. Poised, ready for the sound of the gun. In Padrona St. Teresa, when they have a running race, how do they may give some of them may use whistle or some may use clappings. But in all important matches like national level matches, international level matches, they use guns, gunshot. Why? Because it can be very audible, very audible. Everybody can hear well. Even though the crowd is making noise, the participants can hear well. The sound of the gun is very, very powerful. And the clapping hands and things like that, if you are starting with the clapping of hands, it could be misleading. But gun is the best. So they were ready for the sound of the gun. The signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners on hearing the sound. But the youngest among them stumbled and staggered, and he fell on his knees to the ground. So here that something happened. That the event about which the author is going to speak happens now. The signal was given, the pistol exploded. So exploding of the pistol is a signal for starting the running. The pistol exploded means the pistols went off. Pistols started to give the signal to go. And so did the runners on hearing the sound. So what is the meaning? What is the meaning of it? Here is this very important. Exploded. Exploded. They exploded. The guns exploded and the runners exploded. How do you explain it? So what is the meaning of explode? To burst forth. To burst forth suddenly as a result of pressure from within. How does a gun work? How does the gun work? How does a gun work? Gun has got a trigger. You pull the trigger and it explodes. How does it explode? It's a bursting forth. Burst forth means come from within and very powerfully it goes on. It bursts forth suddenly as a result of pressure from within. So inside the gun, when you pull the trigger, there is so much of pressure. That pressure makes the bullet to move forward very fast and then it explodes. Similarly, the runners also exploded. How do they explode? So they are on the track, ready. They are poised, waiting for the sound of the gun. The moment they hear the gun sound, they explode. So the strength from within pushes them forward, just like the strength within the gun pushes the bullet out and explodes. Similarly, the strength within them comes out. They force themselves to go fast. So that is how the author beautifully explains. The signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners on hearing the sound. So, just like the pistol exploded, runners also exploded. How do they explode? With gathering all the strength within, they move forward very fast. But the youngest among them stumbled. Poor fellow. What is the meaning of stumble? Stumble is you hit something. Your leg hits something. Maybe a stone, a log, normally a stone. So the runners, the ground is supposed to be very good. But even then there could be small stones jetting out possibly. So the runners, one of the runners' leg stumbled. Means he hit a stone. So you're running very fast, you're starting and you hit a stone. As a result, you lose your balance and you stagger. What's the meaning of staggering? Stagger means move unsteadily. Move unsteadily. How do you know steady? You walk steadily. Unsteadily means you are so much pained. So if you are walking like that, this is called unsteady walk. You are disturbed. You are pained. As a result, your balance is lost. So with a lot of difficulty you walk. So this fellow was running. His leg hit a stone. As a result, he was imbalanced. The signal was given, the pistol exploded, and so did the runners on hearing the sound. But the youngest among them stumbled and staggered, and he fell on his knees to the ground. You know, normally people who drink, they are those who are intoxicated. Daru. So after drinking, what happens? The people will be staggering and walking like that. As if somebody, you lost your balance. They'll be moving this side and that side, walking in an unsteady way. That is staggering. So here it is not because of drinking, it is because his foot has been hit on the stone, and out of pain he is imbalanced. And he fell on his knees to the ground. What a pity. He fell on his knees to the ground. Lost balance, staggered little bit, then fell to the ground on his knees. What a fall. What a fall. He gave out a cry of frustration and anguish. His dreams and his efforts dashed in the dirt. But as sure as I am standing here telling the story, now it is a strange one, but here is what occurred. Beautiful. He gave out, the young man whose leg was hit on the stone and who was staggering and who fell to the ground on his knees, gave out a cry of frustration. What do you mean by frustration? Being upset, annoyed as a result of not able to achieve what you wanted to achieve. Your first terminal exams are over. I'm yet to start the correction. Because you have to take the printout. I've taken the printout and settled them. Tonight, I'm trying to start the correction. Okay. So you all expect to score very well. Very well. And you think that you have written well. But unfortunately, when the exam papers come, answer sheets come, you found you got very little mark. Just passed or even failed. Then you'll be frustrated. You expected to score out of 80, 79, 78, 75, so at least 70, let's say, or 60 minimum, and you get just 40, 45, 50, then naturally you'll be frustrated. So this is a very small thing. Your first terminal exam is compared to this one, very small thing. This is Olympic Games. This guy has been practicing for days and weeks and months and years. He has come all over from his country to participate here in the Olympics, and now he makes a little trouble because he hits on a stone and he staggers and stumbles. What a pity. So he is led to frustration. He gave out a cry of frustration. I wanted to achieve the gold, not only for myself, for my country. I wanted to make my country proud. But now, gone. Everything is gone. So cry of frustration and anguish. Anguish is pain. Anguish is terrible pain. His dreams and his efforts dashed in the dirt. Dashed in the dirt is a beautiful expression. You learn that. Dashed in the dirt. You know what is dirt? What is dirt? Dirt is something not so good. So in Hindi, what is a mitti? Soil, dirt. So Dash in the dirt has a different meaning. Your dreams and hopes were destroyed. That's the meaning. Dreams and hopes destroyed. That's the meaning of dashed in the dirt. So his dreams and his efforts dashed in the dirt means all his dreams and efforts were destroyed. So what is the meaning of dashed in the dirt? Destroyed. His dreams and efforts dashed in the dirt means dreams and efforts were destroyed, became fruitless, became useless. So his frustration and anguish was not only because of the fall and the pain, but because he was a great loser. He lost his dreams, he lost his efforts of practicing for so many years. And now you go back to your country with a 0 point. So he was frustrated. But as sure as I am standing here telling the story, now it is a strange one, but here is what occurred. But I am reporting, he's a reporter, the author is a reporter. How do you know? But as sure as I am standing here telling the story, I am standing here means he is standing at the stadium and watching the running race. So he was one of the onlookers. He is one of the onlookers. So as I stand here and I watch, I am reporting. But as sure as I am standing here telling the story, now it is a strange one. Falling is not a strange thing. People fall, people stumble. That's very common. There are people who have fallen, who have lost their balance and lost their dreams, destroyed their dreams. That is nothing great or nothing unusual. What is strange is what I'm going to tell you. Now it is a strange one. But here is what occurred. OCCURED. Occur means to happen. To occur. OCCUR. To occur means to happen. Occurred means happen. But here is what happened. So what happened? I will share with you. That was very, very strange, fantastic, wonderful, beautiful. What is that? The 8 other athletes stopped in their tracks. The ones who had trained for so long to compete, one by one, they turned round and came back to help him and lifted the lad to his feet. So that was a wonderful thing. The 8 other athletes stopped in their tracks. The ones who had trained for so long to compete, one by one they turned round and came back to help him and lifted the lad to his feet. This is a wonderful thing happened. Participating in Olympic Games, very normal. Practicing for Olympics, great, it happens. People do stumble. People do hit the stone or something happens and they fall down. All these things are very normal. Something abnormal, out of ordinary thing happened. That is, the 8 other athletes, altogether 9 were there. The 8 other athletes stopped in their tracks. They were running. How do they run? Very fast they are running. And when they realized that one of them fell, they stopped in their tracks. Stop running. The ones who had trained for so long to compete. They had trained themselves for days, weeks, months, and years together to participate in the Olympics, to compete. To vie with one another. It's a competition. To compete with one another to win the gold, if possible. If not, silver. If not, bronze. Nothing less than that. So such determination and such purpose they have come, those people, they stopped in their track when they realized one of them had fallen. And then what did they do? One by one they turned round and came back to help him. And lifted the lad to his feet. A lady lad. What's the meaning lad? young boy. L-A-D. Lad is young boy. So they lifted the young boy to his feet. You remember that? He hit on the stone, stumbled, staggered, fell. He fell to the ground on his knees. And he was there because he was completely frustrated, disappointed. He did not get up. Maybe he was unable to get up because of the pain. And more than the physical pain, he was completely shattered mentally. So these athletes, they stopped in their track, one by one came back, and they together lifted him and brought him back to his feet. This is a wonderful act, strange act, which never happened. Then all 9 runners joined hands and continued. The 100 meters reduced to a walk. And the banner above that said, Special Olympics. Could not have been nearer the mark. Beautiful statement by the reporter, the author. Then all 9 runners joined hands. So they lifted the lad to his feet, made him to stand. Then what did they do? All 9 runners joined hands and continued the 100 meters reduced to a walk. 100 meters is supposed to be very fast. It's a dash. Another word for running is the short run is called dash, 100 meters dash. So you have to go fast like a bullet. Now it has been reduced to a walk. So they joined hands in their shoulder, one putting the hand on the shoulder of the other. They all supported each other and they continued to walk. And the banner above that said, Special Olympics. They had a banner being held on the top of them, and on that it was written Special Olympics. It has a different meaning. It was a Special Olympics. It was already special. Why? It was for the differently abled people, not for the normal people. People who are differently talented. It was for them. Therefore, the Olympic themselves, Olympic is called Special Olympics. Now when they held it on the top of them, it had an added meaning. It was already special. Now it is made doubly special. Why? Because they all decided to support this lad, and winning the game was not the matter. Though they are come there to compete and to go back home with a gold medal, all their aims they sacrificed and they decided to walk it together. Could not have been nearer the mark. What is the meaning of could not have been nearer the mark? So it says, could not have been nearer the mark. You have to pay attention to this one. Huh? This is very important sentence. You may make mistakes. You may make a mistake and the whole meaning will change. Could not have been nearer the mark. It is not said that did not, it was not nearer the mark. It is not said. It is not said it was not nearer the mark. If you say it is not near the mark, means what they did was not the right thing. Could not have been nearer the mark. So what does it mean? It was nearest as possible. It was nearest to the mark as possible. Could not have been nearer the mark. So is it nearer to the mark? What is mark? Mark means that something can be done, something can be achieved. Was it something great? It could not have been more than this. That means after all things what they could do, this was the best thing. Could not have been nearer the mark. Nothing else would have been like this. This was the best thing to do. So this, the meaning of it, I'll just read it out. It was the nearest to the mark. That's the meaning. Could not have been nearer the mark means it was nearest to the mark because it was appropriate as a contestant's behavior added to the uniqueness of the event. The behavior of the contestants, that is, they're coming back, lifting the Lord, accompanying him with a walk, their behavior added to the uniqueness of the event. Uniqueness, what is the uniqueness? Speciality, speciality, individuality, speciality of the event. What is the event? Special Olympics. So Special Olympics was made more special or most special because of their behavior. What was their behavior? All the 8 athletes leaving out their hopes of winning gold, silver, and bronze came back and lifted this guy. They sacrificed their goals in order to support the young fellow who had fallen. This behavior of theirs was the best appreciated one, and this was nearest to the mark. Nearest to the mark. Nothing could have been better. So it was already a Special Olympics. Now it is made most special by their behavior. Is it clear? You must make sure this point clear, otherwise you will lose the focus. That is how the race ended. With 9 gold medals, they came to the finish line holding hands still, and the banner above and 9 smiling faces said, "More than these words ever will said, more than these words ever will." So now the author concludes saying, that is how the race ended. That is how, this is how the race ended. That is how the race is ended. How did the race end? When the young fellow fell, all the 8 others stopped in their tracks, came back and lifted the lad up, and along with them, holding hands together, they walked all the distance. This is how it ended. With 9 gold medals, they came to the finish line, holding hands still. So seeing this rare act, this special thing, the organizers decided to give each one a gold medal. Actually, there is only 1 gold medal, but they gave 9 gold medals. Each one got 1 gold medal each. They came to the finish line holding hands still, and the banner above and 9 smiling faces. So there were 9 smiling faces, and the banner above, Special Olympics, said more than these words ever will. Said more than these words ever will. The word said Special Olympics, but the action was nobler than the words. So what did they do? What did these people do? 8 people. What is their act? What was special about the act? What they did? They're coming back and helping this fellow and working with them. By doing that, what did they do? They empathized with the young boy. Empathized. Empathize. Empathized. You know what is sympathy? Sympathy. I have a sympathy for a fellow who is wounded. I feel pity. I feel sad about it. Empathy is much higher than that. Empathy is I am able to get into his shoes and feel for him. What all humiliations he is facing, what all sorrows he is having, I am able to feel the same. So I put myself as one like him. I place myself in the place of the fellow who is suffering, and along with I also suffer. That is empathy. Empathy is a very, very high level of higher level than sympathy. Sympathy anybody can have. But to have empathy, it's difficult. So these 8 young fellows empathized with the one who had fallen. So this act of selflessness, that is, they were ready to forgo their gold medals, silver medals, and bronze medals. This act of selflessness, they were not worried about themselves. They were not worried about winning the gold, silver, and bronze. This act of identifying themselves with the boy who had fallen and feel with him had made this Olympics something very special.